FM Abuja. I'm coming out. I'm coming out.
Yes, a very good morning to you once again. This is newspaper headlines on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umoite, and it's 10 minutes past 7. I'm not alone in the studio. My guest is already here, seated. Philemon Ajokuko, you're welcome to newspaper headlines.
Get your tongue twisted. Good morning, Lawrence. How are you doing today?
Okay, Philemon Ajokuko is an analyst, although he's also a serial entrepreneur, and he's also a qualified architect, I guess, and so many other things.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome once again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty busy day for the media, and let's run through some of the headlines before we settle down for some reviewing.
That's okay.
We start with the Nation newspaper. And the Nation newspaper says, Tinubu Adebanjo under fire over Southwest stance. That's how the Nation puts this one. And that's for politics. And another story has it that the federal government dismisses US-UK terror alert in Abuja. The stories doesn't look as if it's going to go away anytime soon. And there is also another political story. No decision yet on who to vote as president. That's coming from Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. That's in continuation of the no love lost between the two camps and the PDP. And there's also another story here from the president. It says, ensure credible polls, Buhari tells police. That's President Muhammad Buhari. And there's another story here also. Reps panel accuses oil firms of taxation. There's another one here too, which says Abiodun to FRSC trace and end gridlock on Long Bridge. That's the governor of Ogun State. From the Nation to the Point newspaper. The Point has the story, peace still eludes Ogun PDP as NWC expels Jimmy Lawal, 3 others. There's another one here. Oops. All right, sorry about that. Still with the Point newspaper, market capitalization sheds 50.15 billion naira as sell-offs in some companies and shares. Back to some politics now. Tinubu Kwankwaso presents economic blueprint. INEC raises objections as tribunal admits Oyetola's evidence against Adelica's victory. I think this is on the tribunal. NDLEA declares alleged Lagos drug baron wanted. Ooh. That's how the Point newspaper captures this. Okay, to Vanguard newspaper now. It says, how I will fight insecurity boosts economy, coming from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, APC presidential candidate. Police squeeze 8 domestic staff over death of Davido's son. That's a very sad story there. Medical vacation. Buhari must hand over to Oshibajo. That's Edwin Clark, elder statesman. And talking about Forex turnover in... Okay, I think we leave that alone. Now, that's another story still on the Punch newspaper. What Brazil election portends for Nigeria? That's from AA Lagos poll candidate. Naira design. Murik asks CBN to retain Arabic on all currency denomination. I'll make WAEC NECO jam free for Nigerian children. That's Kwankwaso, NNPP presidential candidate. Tinubu wife Oluremi commiserates with Davido Chioma. May God accept our prayers for Ifeanyi. Oji Uzakalu consoles Davido and Chioma. Still the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, maybe we take another newspaper. These are stories that we've read in other newspapers. To the Sun newspaper now. Autumn gives condition to Atiku for support. Medical leave, Clark Arewa Youth Middle Belt Forum. Others knock Buhari for not transmitting to Oshibajo. We've seen that story before in the Punch newspaper. Carlo emerges 2022 Best Senator of the Year in Constituency Project. That's from the Sun newspaper. One feared dead, 6 injured as fire guards allege Providence Bank building in Victoria Island. That's a sad one. Fuel scarcity persists. Oil marketers discard official ex-depot price. Still on the lingering fuel crisis. All right, from that to the Guardian newspaper now, and let's look at some business stories here. Says airline count losses, relocate operations as union shuts down MMA2, that's in Lagos. Police interrogate Davido's domestic staff over son's death. Akeredolu signs multi-door courthouse bill into law. That's the Ondo State governor. Sacking commissioner not enough. You ought to resign. Edo APC tells Obaseki. Why police didn't prosecute Tinubu for alleged forgery? That's a story if you're interested, you can pick it up in The Guardian. Unchecked marginalization fueling insecurity, says Wike, talking about governor of Rivers State. 2023 rift widens in Southwest over Afeniferi's endorsement style. UN, FG, others canvass better deals for journalists. That's from the front page of The Guardian. Okay, before we go into details, let's take a look at how the Daily Trust presents its stories today. And it says commercial activities crippled as bus drivers strike in Lagos. It also says parents cry out as bandits abduct 39 from Katsina farm. Census NPC begins recruitment as FG urges people to patronize local firms. And some politics here too. 2023, Atiku has the solutions to needs of Ndigbo. That's from Obiora Okonkwo. Fire outbreak kills couple, 2 children in Kaduna. Sad one. FG deploying agro rangers for improved security on farms. That's coming from the Minister of Agriculture. Okay, I think we've had enough for a day, and we'll take a short break. And when we return, we'll go into the review in details. Please don't go away. Thank you for staying tuned. It's 7:23. My name is Lawrence Omoitis, newspaper headlines and Citizen FM 93.7. My guest is Philemon Ajekuko, is here in the studio and ready to do justice to the headlines that we've seen so far. But you can also send in your reactions by way of WhatsApp message. You can also call us on 0903 222 9797. That's 0903 222 9797. You can also call us on 0808 2222 037. In the alternative, you can also call us on 0818 222 2205. Any of these numbers, and you can also join us on our live stream on YouTube. Just type in Citizen FM 93.7 newspaper headlines, and you will be part of the show. So that's how it's going to be in the next 1 hour or thereabout. If there is any story that catches your fancy, or there are some observations you want to make, please don't hesitate to call us. Let me call out the numbers again: 0903 222 9797, 08 2222 037, or you can call us on 0818 222 2205. Any of these numbers will be good to go. Thank you for staying tuned. It's still newspaper headlines on Citizen FM 93.7. We start off with the Punch newspaper in details now. We start off with this story: dollar crisis. EFCC raids forex dealers in Abuja. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday carried out simultaneous operations against Bureau de Change operators in Abuja and Kano as Naira slumped to 857 to $1 at the parallel market. The Punch newspaper gathered that the raids in the two cities, which netted a good number of illegal BDC operators, individuals suspected to be customers, would also be extended to Lagos, Onitsha, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, and other major cities across the country. The Punch correspondent learns that the incident disrupted the day's business as many of the BDC operators in Abuja went underground. This is happening as the EFCC arrested the Kogi State House of Assembly candidates of the New Nigeria People's Party, Ismaila Atumeyi, and two others with 326 million naira and $140,000 cash. Okay. Oh.
Well, it's an interesting story, but here is the background. About 3.23 trillion is in circulation, right? And of that, 2.73 trillion is outside the banking sector. And that is about 85% of our money in circulation does not go through the bank. Now, first question, who holds money? Who holds that kind of cash at home? It's certainly not somebody who has very good intention. It's certainly illegal money that is being hoarded by the people, or some people. So the big question is, how do you get this money back into the banking sector or into the banking system? it's going to be a very tough one. The rate, much as it might help to a point, I don't see it as effective. And this is the reason. Foreign exchange market, black market, can be conducted anywhere. So if you raid the Sheraton area, I might decide to do the business somewhere else. So I think sincerely that the EFCC has another plan, and that is to get a quantum of this money outside the banking sector trapped.
Okay.
Once it is trapped, it is rendered useless. I think that is where they are going. Now, I think they can even take it a little bit further. If somebody is bringing money into the bank, I think the FCC should find a way to get a lot of those kind of deposits, so as to trace their origin. You know, there's the new law on this kind of crime, that you, government, you don't have to prove anything. You push the burden of proof to the person. You say, okay, how did you get about this money? And once the person cannot explain, you put the money away. But that being said, there has to be a global plan on how to manage our money. Because even after this exercise, because there's no protocol on how to manage our money, who says that eventually some of this money we won't go back to our vomit? That's the question that we need to be asking ourselves. So, and another thing I'm also looking at is the fact that the economy does not run on one particular policy. There has to be a coordinated group of policies. That is why you find out that the CBN has not been able to manage the economy using monetary policies. Because once it does a policy, there's something down the stream that will compromise that policy. Hence, you see the value of the naira going down no matter what CBN does, because it's like pouring water into a basket. So that is where we are.
Would this have been a little bit easier for the CBN if we were not basically a cash transaction economy?
No, I don't think cash transaction is the issue. The people who are holding money in cash, they are doing petty businesses. Somebody who is running a business of $500 million, what is he doing with cash? Do you understand what I'm saying?
But what about people who are engaged in illegal business? It will be easier to trace such huge sum if it's online, if it's electronic.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that there's no law that says this amount of money you can hold at home. There's no law, right? So as an individual, I can withdraw 20 million and put it in my house. I have not broken any law. It is only when the money comes into the system that is a problem. So that's why I said earlier that it's a composite plan. See, when you run an economy, it has to be a composite plan. That is the only way you can get your hands or your grip on the monetary system. If you go to any country in the world, maybe Europe or America, you find that the average person has maybe $50 or less in his wallet. You don't see people carrying like $200, $300. They don't need it.
Even $100.
Or even $100. And then if you go to an average American bank, for instance, and you deposit $10,000, it is automatically flagged to the tax people. So you get a call or a letter. You heard that, please, can we talk to you? So when you have all of that in place, then you can drive the economy. CBN can do his own thing. The federal government can do his own fiscal policy. CBN does its monetary policy, and then things will be coordinated. As it is now, everybody is doing his own thing. You can see, for instance, the finance minister says, "Oh, I'm not aware that there's going to..." A finance minister is not aware that there's going to be a
She said she was not consulted.
Yes, that means no, she's not aware. What is consultation? I'm not aware.
No, but technically, yeah, she can be aware, but not consultation is,
No,
we want to do this.
If
What do
you
you think?
hear through the grapevine,
That's not consultation.
that's not consultation. And that's not, as she said, being carried along. So I expect that somebody as strategic as the finance minister, even so some people have argued that, see, the CBN doesn't need to consult her and all that and all that, but we are talking about coordination. It also means that the issue was not even debated at the Federal Executive Council. Because, see, when you do an economic policy, you must run the policy on a system that will tell you this is the likely effect. That is how it is done in advanced countries. That's how it's done in developing countries that are serious. You test it to see what will be the effect. There's what we call social benefit analysis. If you do the social benefit analysis and you do not get a positive result, you drop the policy. It's as simple as that. So are we saying now today that the CBN has done that? I don't know.
Well, but from the reactions of both the CBN and other agencies, it looks as if the CBN did not break any law.
No.
Went through the whole process that you're talking about, and in fact, it's even interesting to know that, because you know that the CBN has a board that supervises the activity of the day-to-day activity, which the governor is a member, and which the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Finance is a member of the CBN board. And the CBN said this was discussed at the board level and approval gotten at the board level.
Let me ask you a question, sir. If the finance minister is a member of the board...
No, the permanent secretary.
When you talk about the finance minister, the permanent secretary is the chief executive of the finance ministry.
Yes.
So how can the permanent secretary be aware of such a serious economic policy? And she goes to a meeting, she doesn't come back to brief the minister? Is that what we are saying?
That's the question. That's a multi-million naira question.
So we are not even saying that it is outside the capacity or the legal framework of the CBN. That's not what we are questioning. The CBN can do whatever it wants to do.
They need to be
to control the economy in terms of monetary policy. But as I said before, you must do your homework to see how will it affect. For instance, they've talked about the runaway price of the naira against the dollar, right? Then what has happened now? In the short run, we have a run on the naira. Now, is it going to get better in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, 1 month?
Probably. May or may not.
I can bet my money on something, but I won't say it. Let us wait and see.
But it's good to be optimistic anyway.
Well, you can be optimistic, but if you are optimistic and that optimism is not based on facts, based on reality,
Okay.
You are just a dreamer.
All right, at least for once, let me be the optimist here. Kemi is not usually.
Yes, I wish he was here.
Kemi is usually the optimist. I'm always on the other side. But let's leave the economy now and just delve into some politics. We seem to have a lot of political stories, but let's start from the angle of the big players. Yesterday, the NNPP presidential candidate launched his blueprint. The APC presidential candidate was in Lagos to address the business community, and they made a lot of promises, and there were a lot of talking points. Let's start from the NNPP. We said, I'll make WAEC, NECO, JAM free for Nigerian children. These are examination bodies, forms and examinations that are young boys and girls will need to take before gaining admission and stuff like that. So presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has vowed to make WAEC, JAMB and NECO free for all Nigerian children. Kwankwaso stated this while presenting his manifesto in Abuja on Tuesday. The NNPP candidate pledged that he would ensure that all entry examination into tertiary institutions were free for Nigerians. What's your take on this?
I congratulate them, but the question I ask is, where are they going to get the money from? Do they understand
Good question.
that Nigeria is broke? Do they understand that? We cannot meet our OPEC quota. We cannot. For the first time in a very, very long time, we cannot meet our OPEC quota. Did you listen to Lai Mohammed a few days ago?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have enough money to fight fake news. Did you listen to...
He needs more money.
Yes. Did you listen to the Minister of Housing, Fashola, a few days ago?
Works on housing.
That ministry is owing contractors 10 trillion naira, with about almost half a trillion in completion certificates. They cannot pay. So when I have stopped reading these promises. When you are making a promise, you must first tell us how the money is going to come. Where is the money coming from? Let me give you another scenario. People who have domiciliary account right now cannot withdraw as they wish. Do you understand that? And why is that? Why is that? Because we don't have enough dollars. The airlines are having problem with their remittances. Why is that? Because they don't have access to dollars. So if anybody, be it NNPP or whatever their names are, you are making these promises, first of all, give us an analysis of where you are getting the money from. And once you do that, we now subject that to analysis to see whether it's even credible. Then before you begin to talk about how you want to spend the money, first you must make the money, then you spend it. It's like a father who has no job promising something to his wife and children. That's just stupid, because you don't have money, you don't have work. And even if you have work, what is your liability?
Or maybe the father is expecting an inheritance somewhere.
Well, Nigeria as a country is not expecting any inheritance, so I don't know where that money is going to come from. We are broke, Lawrence.
Actually.
We are broke.
And that's the sad reality.
It is a sad reality. And sometimes I'm shocked that Nigerians will leave the real issues and begin to debate very, very, very pedestrian issues.
Well, we still have a couple of months ahead of the election. Hopefully, we may get to discuss more and more of these issues now that the political parties have come out with their blueprint, manifesto, or whatever names these things are called.
Let me assure you, nobody is going to give you any details of what they want to do. They are satisfied with what they have right now, just making the promises. And then they'll go and dance, have parties, and then do jingles, and that will be the end. Election is just a few months away. How many months away? So there's no time, really.
Just barely 3 months.
They will just bamboozle their way. The next day, we're at the election. That's it.
All right, if you're just joining us, this is newspaper headlines review on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Umoite, and my guest is Philemon Ajekuko. He's also doing justice to a lot of these headlines, and you can be part of this program by calling us on 0903 222 0903 222 9797. That's 0903 222 9797. Oh, we missed a score. 0808 2222. Oh, we seem to have a call here. Let's take this.
Good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. This is David from Asokoro. Good morning, our guest.
Good morning, David. How are you doing today?
Fine. In fact, I love the way you are giving us raw. You are analyzing it practically.
Thank you very much.
Somebody cannot just come and tell us that I will do this, I will do it. This is the same scenario when 2014. When they were coming into government, they promised us the dollar will be equal with naira. One, that the petroleum will be sell 40 naira. Right? How much are we buying right now? Somebody you don't know what is happening, and you keep on making promise that you cannot even fulfill it. Where is the money coming from? Where will you get the money to fund this? Do you know how much children are paying for jam?
billions.
Okay.
When you calculate, that is one state. You know how much they are paying for jam. Then you calculate the 36 states, including FCC. Then you know how much that you will pay for jam for every child in Nigeria. In fact, we are tired of this promise that it is not taking us anywhere. The only thing we want to know, where is the money coming from to execute that project? It's not making verbal comments like that, just starting manifesto. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
I hope you are patient. Fine.
Thank you so much, David. Okay, from the NNPP to the APC. This time that's from Abuja to Lagos. The APC candidate, former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was also in Lagos to meet the business community. And he also made some promises. I will unbundle transmission to provide power. And this is one of the critical sectors of the country, talking about energy, including power. This is how the Nation newspaper carried the story. Okay, let's take this call first. I think we have a call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dimestro.
Good morning, sir. Where have you been?
I'm okay.
All right, ID, please go ahead.
ID on the line.
I know.
Yeah.
ID, please go ahead.
Greetings to the guests in the studio.
Good morning, ID.
Good morning. I just want to comment briefly on the issue of the petroleum product, the price of the PMS. I don't know exactly what we've been happening these things in February. I think February, that was when the thing got to the peak. Yeah? Now we are in November, and the thing, there's no sign of the fact that this thing will have a little bit of respite in terms of the price of petroleum product, especially the PMS. And my substantive minister for petroleum resources had never one day talked about this excruciating pain Nigerians are going through to get fuel in their own country. I've never heard the substantive minister say anything about that. Is this how we are going to continue? Is this how we are going to continue? It's like a little bit of some of us are a little bit tired of the whole thing, especially this administration. Baba Clark was saying that Mr. President is supposed to transmit power to the Vice President before traveling abroad. This is not the first time my president will travel abroad without transmitting power to the Vice President, which is the constitutional thing. But some guys came up with an idea that if the president is traveling beyond 21 days outside Nigeria, then that's when he needs to transmit power to the Vice President to act in his capacity. So now what my president does is, my president will not stay beyond 20 days outside Nigeria and run back to Nigeria. And run back home as if Nigeria is a fiesta. That's my case.
All right, thank you, ID. Well, let's before you react, we have another call here. Let's take this call.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Good morning. Please, who's on the line?
My name is Patrick.
Oh, Patrick. Patrick, where have you been?
I've been around, sir.
Okay, please go
I
ahead.
just had some issues.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I
please.
resolved them.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning to our guest.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. EFCC raid broke the change. Say, what are they called? What are they called?
BDCs.
Mr. Lawrence said me, yeah.
This is yes.
So I don't know. Are they raiding it? Will they bring them the naira to give the naira strength? So if they are raiding them and the naira is still nose diving into where we don't know, is the raiding necessary? I think what we should be concerned of to as a nation is how to we fix it. But just like the guest said that there is no any hope as sight for it to be fixed. So I just hope that the way they are doing this will not make the naira now move from 850 something to 1,000 and something before even December. We don't want that to. So they should calm down. EFCC and CBN they should calm down first of all. Let's know whatever it is that they will do that will carry this naira and dollar back. Maybe let's just say 500, so that all of us will still be smiling. Because right now things we are not smiling anymore. And just the way the guys say, we don't want promises, and Nigerians should not leave the issues. The issues are there. Like the naira now, jump in the naira and the dollar is an issue. So the presidential candidate should tell us how will they fix it. Not that they will come and give us promises that if they come, why could be free. We don't want anything free anymore. We wanted to fix our country. We are ready to pay. If the economy is friendly, everybody will pay. So they should not tell us that they will do this or do that. We don't want promises.
All right,
thank you,
Patrick. Thank you so much. Another caller, yeah. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's
Good
on
morning.
Good morning. You are live on Citizen FM 93.7. What's your name, please?
Yes, my name is Michael. I'm calling from Natal.
Oh, Michael. Good morning. Please go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Let me talk about the rate of EFCC for Brody change. Am I permitted?
Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. I think those guys, they are doing their business and they're ready the Brody change.
Exactly.
These are not the place that the money attached. If the EFCC want to actually do their job, they know the politician, how they start their money. It's not the Brody change. And in any case, why do we think that the people even prefer going to the Brody change instead of where can they get the right channel? Which of the bank will you go now and you say, okay, you want to access the dollar and you get it? So what I want the CBN to do is to make this a dollar available within the bank where people can be able to go, and then if they want to change to dollar, they will change the dollar without any decision. So instead of going after the Brody change, why is it that the dollar is more in the hand of a Brody change than even where you can be able to go and get the dollar? So these are the things that I think that the CBN need to address instead of chasing shadow. I think that's my own take. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. Okay, please go ahead. You were wanted to react to some issues.
There's a point that I did made, and I want to go back to it to put it in some context. I was at Hilton Hotel, May 2007, when I was then working for a financial company, when the refineries were sold, right? Dangote won the bid for, I think, Kaduna and Port Harcourt for $521 million. Okay? There was an uproar. Oh, Obasanjo sold these things to his friends. So barely, I think sometime in July of 2007, Yar'Adua reversed the entire thing. Now, here is the situation. Between 2007 and now, NNPC has spent $5 billion to turn around the refineries. As we speak, they are not producing, right? Now, 1.5 billion has again been earmarked to turn around the Port Harcourt refinery.
Yeah.
Then Dangote came around after having his fingers burnt, decided to go to Lagos, set up a refinery, one of the biggest in the world. For how much? For $14 billion. Lawrence, just put these figures together and see how we have been foolish as a nation. Whether deliberately, I don't know. But there's something not right about our mathematics. So now, ask yourself, who is going to buy those refineries? Nobody. Now, if you keep turning them around, how much value will they add to the Nigerian economy? Zero, as far as I'm concerned. Our only savior right now is the Dangote refinery. I am hoping and praying that refinery comes on stream next year.
Okay.
And then we can have some respite.
All right, thank you. While we are hoping for that, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Lawrence Omoite, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Who's on the line, please?
Good morning, panelists on the studio there.
Good morning, my good friend. How are you?
This is fine, sir. This is Mr. Godwin O. Abo, calling from
Mr.
Maraban.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let me react on the APC presidential candidate presenting his blueprint recently, and telling us they are going to bring power. They will change power in Nijifi come 2023. You see, APC will not fool us. In 2015, they came in with a mantra of on the mantra of change, and in that change, they were going to change Nigeria. Our security will be fought to a standstill in 6 months. Dollar will be equal to naira, and infrastructural decay as of then will be changed. We'll begin to breathe fresh air. We'll be relieved of burden. But for a period of 7 to 8 years now, nothing has been done. We are just in a political quagmire in which we find ourselves today. And today they have told us again they are going to stampede insecurity for within 6 months should they be elected into power come 2023. I think Nigerians, I'm just urging Nigerians to be wise. We should be wise in our in going to vote next year.
All right.
We should not be fooled by these politicians anymore.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bod.
Thank you.
Yes, that's why we have 18 political parties. If you are dissatisfied or you're skeptical about the promises of a particular party, you look at another party. If you are not convinced, you look at others. We have 18 political parties. Let's take this call too. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, could you help us turn down the volume of your...
I've done that.
All right, please go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
In presenting his blueprint to the private sector yesterday, Tinubu said that he would recruit 50 million Nigerians into the military to fight banditry and kidnapping and all that.
Did he actually say that?
He said that, and his spokesperson said that it was a mistake. So that means that he said it.
Okay.
That was long ago.
That was long ago. That was not yesterday.
No, it 50 million. It was said yesterday.
No. That was long ago.
Okay. Go ahead and make your point.
It's okay. I just wanted you to actually to further confirm it for us. That is why.
No.
That's not true.
That's not. That's an old issue.
Yeah.
All right.
That's okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. But there seems to be a lot of Nigerians, but I think this is good. Nigerians are getting more interested in what the political players are saying. It seems as if, we have a call. Let's take this. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please, could you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, good morning. This is Philip.
Oh, okay, Philip, please speak up. Kennedy, I can see you trying to get in. Just hold on a bit. We'll pick your call.
Okay, yeah, this is Philip. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I want to talk about the promises by politicians.
Okay.
I am a Nigerian, and I observe very well that Nigerians are not after building their country. They are after building their tribe and religion.
Hello, go ahead. Okay, I think we lost that. Okay. Kennedy, you can try now. We will pick your call this time. You've been trying. Okay, Kennedy has been trying since. Hello, Kennedy.
Hello, Lawrence. Good morning.
Good morning, Kennedy. Sorry for...
Our guest in the house, no problem. Thank you very much. We all need to contribute our quota
Okay.
towards making Nigeria a better place. Talking about Bola Tinubu, talking about insecurity, I don't think throughout APC administration he has been let out of the government. If he has been let out, I stand to be corrected. What has he done, or what advice has he given to Buhari that Buhari refused to adhere to, that he feel that it is during his time that he will combat insecurity in Nigeria? I remember him campaigning with Buhari, and I remember for some time, I think if my memory can serve me well, it was in Kano, where Buhari cried even on the campaign platform, on the stage. So we stand this time to not to condemn anybody, but to remind them of things they promised and failed us. And if anybody has promised and failed, it is the right time to tell them that we aren't children, that they will come and deceive with propagandas that they will not fulfill. And then talking about, I heard you read about one storyline talking about Arabic design on Naira notes, something like that.
No, I didn't actually pick that story, but it's in the media today anyway.
It's in the media today.
Yes.
Okay, I think hence you didn't pick it up. I will not be talking about it. But talking about Otom giving Atiku condition, I just want to say there is no condition given to Atiku now that he will not accept. Because of the zeal, the eager to get into power. So if there is anybody giving us any condition, we should know the condition before we accept any other person. Since the killing in Benue State and other parts of Nigeria, especially Benue State and Middle Belt, I have never heard Atiku stand up to voice out. It's something to me that is a call for concern. So if you cannot, and then it is now that it is time for campaign that you are coming to tell us, we have to understand the handwriting on the wall. I'm not campaigning for any political party. Nobody paid me for it, but we are here to hold them by the words they've been giving us, and by their actions, we will judge them. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Kennedy. Hello, good morning.
Yes, I am back.
Okay.
Yes.
30,
what I was
30
saying,
seconds this time.
Philip. Yeah, Philip.
30 seconds, Philip, so that others can also.
What I was saying is that Nigerians are not working for the betterment of their country. They have sections and they want to satisfy those sections. So to me, it's not even that good to come and give promise. Just take Nigeria unaware. If we give promise, they are going to work against those promises so that they will have. They will say that you fair, and that is exactly what they're working in this government. All of them that they are talking, ask them, they work against all those promises. If we bring change and human.
Okay, I think we lost that. The number to call is 0903 222 9797, or you can call us on 0808 222 In the alternative, you can call us on 0818 222 2205. Any of these numbers, let's have your take on any of the stories in the newspaper today that we read. My guest is Philemon Jokuko, who's in the studio and has been helping us understand some of these stories. It's newspaper headline review on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Omoite. We take a short break, and when we return, we will look at more stories in the newspaper. Please don't go away. Thank you for staying tuned. It's newspaper headline review on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Lawrence Moite. It's 8:01 and we're still doing the review. My guest is still here. And you, before the calls came in, you were about to talk about some of these fights, some of these controversies in the parties.
It's a season of controversies. But what the message I want to push to Nigerians this morning is that when politicians fight, it is not necessarily for the interest of the country. We must disaggregate that. I have worked in a government house where a governor was practically worshipped like he was a god.
They are all always worshipped.
Right. Now, but after leaving office, almost 90% of the people that were bowing down to him moved from his camp, and they are now in various camps. So when Nigerians applaud certain individuals, certain politicians as, oh, this man, I like him, I love him, is really giving it to them, ask yourself, Is it for the interest of Nigerians or for their own interest? I give you an example. I'm not going to mention the name of a particular individual who is in the news, who has been in the news. When his predecessor left office, the predecessor was from a certain tribe, a certain section of the state. And the predecessor said, okay, I think it is time for the seat to go to another part of the
state.
This guy fought tooth and nail to ensure he succeeded this politician or this governor. Now, that same individual is now talking about the North has had 8 years. Why is it not the turn of the South? So, that is why I said earlier, you must ask yourself, where is this going? Is it for the interest of the country or for personal interest? If you are not able to do that, you will be carried along like a river or like a flood. At the end, you will get to know the real reason why some of these individuals are fighting these battles.
Exactly. I think you're right, because talking about governors and being worshipped, they're practically, people practically do stuff that some of them don't even do to their God.
To even their creator.
To their creator.
Yes.
They bow and tremble.
Yes.
I even believe that the powers that governors execute, the powers they wield,
enormous.
More powerful than even the president.
Yes.
If you look at how they use the power. Let's take this call. We have John here. Hello, John.
Yes, good morning, Lawrence. David back again.
Oh, David, go ahead, please. 60 seconds this time.
Okay, please. I want to comment on the Fashola saying that there are only shortage of engineers. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Yes. Why will they not have it when they close school for almost 8 months? And they are owing about 10-point-something trillion. Where are the contracts? We want to know where the contract. We want to see they are working with that money they borrow. Thank you. That's my take.
All right. Thank you.
I think the Fashola was also saying that they can't employ engineers because there's an embargo on employment in the ministry. So that complicates the issue. But it goes back to what we said and what he has just said. Where is the money? Where is the money? If you are owing 10 trillion, then how are you going to move forward?
It's serious, and but there are also people who say if government could block the leakages that dot the whole system.
Lawrence, the leakage is humongous. When I say humongous, if you know the ease, I have worked in government circles, both at the state and the federal level. If you know how easy it is for money to move, government money to move into the hands of individuals, you will wonder and you will weep for this country.
Okay, let's go back to the newspapers. There are a few stories there that I want us to take a look at. We did not actually look at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu story on power. Let's look at the details of that story. It says, with an assurance to drive economic activities with steady power supply, the APC presidential candidate yesterday laid out his action plan for the country before the business community in Lagos. He said his administration, if elected into office, would grow Nigeria's GDP to double digits, which according to him can only be achieved with uninterrupted electricity. He said Tinubu also spoke of the inevitability of removing the subsidy on petrol. It was a reinforcement of his promise at the 7th edition of the Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit. So that's the long and short of it. Removal of subsidy will be a matter of time.
Removal of subsidy, I don't think it's as easy as Tinubu is putting it. But there is only one solution to it. Produce the products locally. End of story. Now, if you talk about removing without producing locally, ask yourself, what is the multiplier effect on the economy? it will tear the economy aside. It will tear it apart. Where we are now, if you remove the subsidy, I tell you on my honor that this economy will go to tatters. And this is not being pessimistic. It is simple economics. That is why I said earlier, let us all pray that Dangote Refinery, I understand the government also has shares in so if Dangote Refinery comes on board, subsidy issue will disappear on its own without anybody doing anything. It's as simple as that. But let me comment on the transmission thing, the power thing that Tinubu is talking about. Now, we have a serious problem here. Our installed capacity is hovering around maybe 12,000 megawatts. And of that 12,000, we are able to wheel out between 4 and 5,000 megawatts. Now, we have a series of problems along the line. One is transmission. Okay, our transmission networks are very, very weak. If you release 12,000 megawatts into the system, it will collapse. But then there is also another issue which is building up gradually. The generating companies are owed trillions of naira. All right, I tell you, every day I ask myself, why do we still have light? Because these guys are not being paid for the little that they move. So if you are not paying the generating companies, now a company is set up to make profit. If you're not making profit, you are owed so much. How do you survive? How do these generating companies survive? I still don't have an answer to that.
And it's also going to affect the confidence that potential investors will have in the system when they see existing companies collapse.
They're not making profit. And that is why it is very difficult now for any company to come into the whether generating sector or this. Don't forget that just a few months ago, government took over about 2 distribution companies.
Exactly. They are planning to do more.
Because they cannot meet their own obligations to the generating companies. So where do we really go from there? Where do you want the country to go? Power is so critical. Professor Jeffrey Sachs of Columbia University said, power defines civilization. Do you understand? So if you don't have power, you cannot move forward. But then, just talking about transmission, it's not going to sort it out. If you get the transmission fixed, what about the debts being owed? Current debts, that is current debts. What about the debts that we pile up going forward? NBET is there, is supposed to mitigate this issue, get money from the distribution companies and pass the same money to the generating company. NBET has been rendered powerless because the distribution companies are not remitting money to NBET. So it's a conundrum.
There are some people who also believe that the whole setup. Oh, I think we have a call. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Mariam Yusuf.
Okay, Mariam. Thank you for calling. Are you a first-time caller?
Yes, I just call you that I should let you know that this time you have to come back because we don't used to hear you again.
Okay, I'm not sure I got that. Each time we need to come back from where? Hello, Mary.
I just call you. Hello?
Hello, okay, go ahead. What did you say exactly?
I just say that I call you to let me greet you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you. We really appreciate that. Please stay on to Citizen FM 93.7. Have a beautiful day, Miriam. Okay, that's one of our... So I was saying, there are people who believe that the whole setup was deliberately done to frustrate the economy, to frustrate the government from making any money. And this is why some people are even calling for a review of the whole process.
Incidentally, when the privatization was done in 2013, I think it was Daily Trust that then, yes, I was interviewed by Daily Trust, and the idea there was, we have sold these companies. Uhuru is here, and I made a point back then that give or take 5 years, what we have done will begin to manifest itself. Take the distribution companies. The distribution companies did not bring money to the table. You understand? What they did was to borrow money from the banks. They did not bring any fresh money. They borrowed money from the banks. It is their inability to pay the banks that is making AMCOM to take over some of them now. Now, how do you sell such a critical asset without looking at the portfolio of the person or the companies that are coming to buy?
Without due diligence.
Without due diligence. So this guy came into the country, no money. They got this asset sold to them, and they said, okay, wait a minute, we can get money from the local banks. And then they went to the local banks. They got a lot of money. Now they can pay. So they are not able to discharge their obligations to the banks. They are not able to not to talk about the distribution, the generating companies.
Their core responsibility.
Their core responsibility. So you see now, the question now is let me even give you another example of what is going on right now. The Nigerian Air, right? We are selling to Ethiopia Airlines. And I've asked myself, is Ethiopia Airline really the best company we should be selling a national asset to? Will they be able to provide the funding? Do they have the capacity to take that asset and make it and increase its value? Are we not going to go back to this same experience we are having with the distribution companies right now? Note, today is the 2nd of November. In another 3 years' time, recall this conversation.
No, I wish we would not need to prove your rights then.
I hope not.
I really hope. Well, it's still the Super Headline Review on Citizen FM 93.7, and we have about 10 minutes to wrap this up. You can still call us on 0903 222 9797. You can also call us on 0808 222-22037. In the alternative, you can call us on 0818 222-2205. And don't forget, you can also be part of our live stream on YouTube. Just type in New Super Headline Review. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Michael. I'm calling for Nasa.
Okay, Michael, please go ahead.
Yes, you see, your guests have always hit the nail on the head. But my question, that not only me, many people are asking this question. The government official, those who are supposed to implement some of those things that people always say, do they always listen? Do they listen to our local media? Because one thing I notice is that when the beautiful information, how we can be able to make things work in our country, they don't listen to that. But when you say something that is insulting, they will come after you. I don't know.
So that tells you that they listen.
Yes, if this guy is saying something as nice, believe me, before he finishes from that studio, they will come after him. You understand? But look at the conversation. Look at this thing is providing. And nobody are listening to you to be able to make use of this all these things. And the people have been contributing for us because we want a better country. But they are not listening. I don't know why. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother.
If I could add to what David?
Yes.
David? Right. I think development starts from a mindset.
Exactly.
Once you do not have that mindset, you cannot make progress.
Exactly.
So my understanding of what is going on in Nigeria is that we do not have development mindset. So I am given a job. I am not thinking of, construct a road, and the road will open up to economic activities. I am not looking at that as a social benefit. I'm looking at, of the 3 billion I'm going to spend, how much can I make out of it? The directors and the permanent secretaries are all asking themselves the same question: how much can we make out of this deal? So the money is off the table, and then the little that is left, the guy does a very shoddy job, and he leaves the plan.
And nobody's going to question.
And so nobody. But somewhere else, they will be looking at what happens to the economy around this area if this road is constructed. They will do the calculation. And as I said before, they will do the cost-benefit analysis. I say, okay, this is what we expect. If you open this road, there are a lot of vacant land here. People will build houses. People will set up shops and stuff like that. And so you can actually calculate the returns to the economy. So once you don't do that, once you don't have that mindset, my brother, you can't proceed.
So how do we proceed? Where do we start? And before you answer that, something you said now struck me. A few years ago, about 10 years ago, there was this state, I don't want to mention the name, there was to be a construction of a major road that will open up the area. Unfortunately, in the process of constructing the road, a worship center had to go. And that was where it stopped.
That's right.
A lot of sentiments came in. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, buddy.
Good morning to you again.
I was wondering whether buddy has a jackpot.
Look, hey, Iwi, I don't have the dollar now. I don't have dollar now. And I don't have the BTC.
All right, please.
Good morning to you. I think your guests have spoken well this morning. Don't know. Just like what you was trying to say about the privatization. I think I still have the handle of Nitel in my house. So one of these days I will send it to you. When the privatization of Nitel wanted to be privatized, the whole good thing that they gave to, where is Nitel today? Just like what you said. The government have the mindset of development. The government is succession. From Obasanjo to PMB now, do they really have the willpower of development in this country? That is the utmost concern of everybody. Just like what he was saying to say about the Dangote. Let me burst a bubble, your guest in the studio. Dangote is a businessman. If that refinery come on stream, will he be willing to sell to Nigerians at the price we wanted? He may decide to sell his refined product outside the shores of the country. Is government ready? Are they making essential negotiation with him? So that by the end of him launching the refinery, probably he will be giving crude in exchange for refined fuel. Those are the things. Those are the small things that we should look at, because Dangote is a businessman. After the launching of the refinery, just like what he said, where is Petrobras? Where is Saudi Aramco? Those are companies that Nigeria NNPC came on before them. But today, those companies are making money for their country.
That's right.
And those countries have built smaller refineries in their country. How much does it cost to build a new refinery? Just like what is a turnaround maintenance from Basenjo till now. Wouldn't have those money built a smaller refinery in a smaller state in the country? But just because government does not have the willpower of development, that is why we are having the problem. I pray that whoever we are electing in 2023, we should be able to ask a question. That is why I'm asking you, Lord. The presidential candidate, the bigger one, the big fish, will you be able to get in touch with them? Let them come to your studio. Let us ask them a question and sign an agreement. Whatever they are telling us now, thank God the social media is above. It's everywhere. We'll keep whatever they are telling us now in check. So that in 6 months, we start reminding them that this is your promise you made to us.
Okay, buddy. Thank you so much, buddy. I wish it was that easy to bring the big boys here, but I just like my guest said, it's rather very difficult to pin them one-on-one to ask critical questions. The closest Nigerians can get to that will be during presidential debate. That's for them, those of them who would want to attend the presidential debate. That's the closest that you can get to asking questions on some issues and getting some form of details.
They will just bluff their way through.
Exactly.
It's not going to make any difference.
But at least it's still better than the rallies. In the rallies, they don't even say anything at all.
And it also depends on the people that will be asking the questions. And how they are phrasing the questions. If you cannot tie a good interviewer should be able to tie down the person is interviewing. That's the only way you can get something good from the discussion.
Okay, I think this might just be our last call. Hello, good morning.
This is Susie Abimbola.
Good morning, Citizen Abimbola.
I get your guest there.
Abimbola, good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're doing very well, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I think Domina had his hands burnt. Their hands are into many pies. And the more they put their hand, the more it's corrupted. So government has really no business in running businesses. It's only in the critical sector, like the judiciary and the security. It has led credence to that fact that government has no business in running businesses. They should let go, give it to the private hands. This is my take this morning.
Thank you, Citizen Abimbola. Thank you for the call. I think that may just be the last call. Before we wrap it up, I was thinking, let me see. Okay, we have 2 minutes to do this. Let's see whether we can do this. From the Guardian newspaper, it says unchecked marginalization, fueling insecurity. And guess who said this? Governor Nyesom Wike. Let's take just 1 or 2 paragraphs. River State Governor Nyesom Wike has said that all Nigerians must see themselves as equal stakeholders to guarantee enduring future for the country. The governor noted that peace and security would remain elusive across Nigeria if majority tribes continue to marginalize others.
Well, I sometimes I have this feeling that our movement from the parliamentary system to the presidential system was a mistake. Even though there are times I also feel that systems don't really matter. It is the attitude of the people of a country that will determine whether that country moves forward or not. But as it is now, that parliamentary system is beginning to be something. Let's take a look at what is going on in Israel. They have not had a stable government in the last couple of
5 years.
Yes. You come, you are not performing,
4 years.
You are out. The same thing is happening in Italy. The same thing is happening in the United Kingdom. So if we have a situation where somebody is there and he's not performing, his own party members will say, sorry, sir, we don't have confidence in you. Please, can you go? If you don't want to go, they push you out.
But do you think that will happen in Nigeria?
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we have carefully taken some aspect of the parliamentary system and some aspect of the president. We just picked around the world.
I'm even saying, even if we have a full-blown parliamentary system, with our sentiments and emotions attached to some of it, even when party members know that their leader is not performing, they would rather die than speak out.
So you see now, when I talk about the mindset of the people, the British parliamentarians are thinking about what is good for the country and what will promote their party in the eyes of the people. So, but here you don't care. So,
all right. I wish we had more time to do this, but I guess that we'll have a way of bringing back our guest, Philemon Ajekuko. Thank you so much for your interventions on newspaper headline reviews today.
Yeah,
really, really very grateful. Well, that's our package on the program today. I'm sorry we can't take more calls. My name is Lawrence Moite. Regular programs will continue after this. Please don't go away.